Right, this is supposed to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go and hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. If you didn't know who I am Central Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives, 47 asexual stories, love, life and sex, a celebration of asexual diversity book. As you can see, it's a bit worn, this copy, because I read quite a bit from it, and it's got lots of different perspectives about love in here. So if you want to know more about asexual love perspectives, please get a copy of this book. It's available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble and Waterstones. Just look for Asexual Perspectives. So what does it feel like to love in an asexual way? So as you probably know from this channel, I was in heterosexual relationships for much of my life. I thought I was heterosexual until 2014, when I discovered I was asexual. So my last time I actually had sex was in a long-term heterosexual relationship with a heterosexual guy back in 2011. That was the last time I had it. So 10 years sex-free after this month. It was sometime in October in 2011. I don't remember the exact date. So yes, I've been happily sex-free now for all that time. I've never had a long-term relationship since then. I haven't found the right guy. I have, however, recently gone much closer to an asexual friend, and there are love feelings from them and love feelings from me. And yeah, so I have a date with them tomorrow night, so I'm really looking forward to that. An asexual date, which is going to be amazing. So yeah, this person's made it clear they love me and want to be in a relationship with me, but sadly they don't live in my country, so that's very difficult for me. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the date tomorrow. I do have love things for them as well, so I just wanted to let you know what it feels like to love asexually, because there's so much stuff on the internet about heterosexual relationships and love in a sexual way. So what's the difference between that and asexual love? Well, asexual love to me is very, very different, because when asexuals love, it's for a strong emotional connection bond, like nothing else, you know. It's kind of like a really weird, strange out of body experience, but more like out of the realms of normality emotional connection. Like it's so strong. Like if it's a soulmate connection, which I do seem to have with this person, it's kind of like they ask you stuff which you've already been thinking about during the day or before. It's kind of like they feel the same way as you and think the same way as you emotionally a lot of the time. And so I'm not used to that with other people very much, but with this person I do seem to have it, at least at the moment. I hope that carries on and lasts, because they seem to think and feel the same way as me. So it's really nice to finally have that, you know. So yeah, I really appreciate them being in my life. I think as well, you tend to talk a lot more because you're not interested in sex and the genital areas, although some asexuals might be, right? But I'm talking about asexual love, and I'm kind of like, for me it doesn't involve genitalia. You know, like I'm not talking to the person about genitals and stuff like that, you know. And I think that's a really big difference. Like if you're asexual with another asexual person, you're both sex repulsed, I'm sex repulsed these days, then you know you're not focusing on genitalia. Do you know what I mean? You're just not gonna be doing that because it's not something you're interested in. So you talk about different stuff. You talk about your day and your friends and your feelings for each other, and it's just a lot more focused on a lot of other stuff, not actually, you know, like sex stuff. So there's a lot more talk emotionally and a lot more feelings that's talked about, and it's a lot more feeling and emotions involved in it. And for me, romance. I mean, the guy I'm talking to at the moment, he's really romantic, very romantic. And, you know, as a hyper romantic, I really, really love that. You know, I've been friends with this guy for a few months now, and it's grown into more than friendship. So, which has taken me a bit by surprise, in some ways. So yeah, but like I said, it's very difficult at the moment. So, because they don't live in my country and it's really hard for them to get here. So I'm just like reserving my judgment and what I think about that, because I need to discuss that more with them, you know. But I'm having a date tomorrow. It's gonna be really good. I'm glad they've told me they love me. I've said that back to them as well, actually. But they're not Indian, which if you follow his channel, I have thought my soulmate was Indian, but maybe I got that wrong, or not in this lifetime, or that person came and went. But I've got like my actual soulmate currently in my life now, it would seem. I will see how it goes. You know, I've had a lot of disappointments, a lot of upset and pain in terms of like relationships and potential relationships with even with asexual guys, and I don't want to like get my hopes up too much. But I am grateful this person's in my life and they seem really keen on me. But I've had that again, you know, I had that with the Indian guy, didn't I, months ago, really keen, and then decided not even to bother with me, you know, and that was really hurtful and painful. So I just want to make sure this guy's the real deal and see how things go with him. And, you know, but I've been friends with this guy for a while before. I think that's a huge difference as well. Like the Indian guy back in June, I wasn't friends with him first. We just met. And so I think that makes a lot of difference. Because if you're friends first, you already have, I think, some emotional connection if you're really become really good friends first. So there's already kind of a foundation of friendship there anyway. You've already got a reason to still be in touch with each other, to still keep communication going, you know. You've already got that there. And so I think that really helps. And I think with asexual love, it is based on bestest ever friendship. You know, and it's like having a bestest ever friend romantically. Like I've got 3 best friends, non-romantic. This is like having a romantic best friend. Um it's different, you know. This is a person that I want to kiss and cuddle and wish was with me, you know. So I'm still learning about them. I still feel I have a lot to learn about them and vice versa. So for me, I've got to be very proceed with caution and carefulness, because I don't want to get my hopes up. You know what it's like for me when I get my hopes up. I get really upset if they're dashed, and this person, like, I already get upset if I think I can't be with them in person. So that's not very healthy for me, really, to think that way. So you know what I mean? I'm a person that don't want to waste my life. You know, I need to know that eventually something can happen in physical sense, because I need kissing. You know, theoretical kissing is no good for me. I do need real kissing and hand holding and stuff like that. I think that's really important. So I have to see how it goes. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but it's kind of like we both tell each other love feelings anyway, naturally. And so once it's got to that stage, it's kind of a bit past the point of no return, if you know what I mean. It's very difficult to go back after that. You can't really go backwards, you know what I mean. But I'm proceeding with caution because, you know, I've got my heart broken so many times and I just would rather not go through all that again, you know. So I think it's better to be cautious and, you know, careful. I really do, because I've known this person for a few months, but there's loads I still don't know about them. So I think it's good to be wise and get to know someone much better first before fully doing everything, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but you know, asexual love, I mean, this person does make me feel loved all the time. Like, even if I'm not, like, I had to be offline for a long period of time to get the journal done for the Asexualise Academy Club that I run. Don't forget to check it out on asexualise.com if you want to join that. It's a membership only club. It's really good. I live stream in there every single day, focusing on how to live your best asexual life. Tips for dealing with anxiety and goal creation and happiness and, you know, how to improve your life and your mindset, all that type of thing, to live the best asexual life possible, you know. So it's really good. We have meetups at least once a month in there as well, and like I said, there's a journal, so I've been working on that for hours, and the person really missed me, which was so sweet. They've been worried about me because I've been offline for like 23 hours, which is a long time for me, but I need to get this journal done. So yeah, I think this, you know, it's all about asexual love, about being thoughtful, about thinking about the other person, about caring about the other person, about being able to share feelings and emotions with each other, being able to talk openly and honestly about stuff, being really able to communicate effectively with each other, being able to you know, just know that that person's really important in your life, even if you're not together. So I thought it was really sweet that this person like could have been going to a party, but instead they're worried about me and wanted to speak to me and message me. So I thought that was really, really sweet of them. I really loved that about them. Yeah, it made me feel really special. I don't think anyone's ever done that for me before. So yeah. They made me a priority in their life and really important, even if I'm not physically with them. So they've not got any relationship experience before as such, but proper serious relationship experience, but they seem to be doing really well with me so far. Yeah, so it's really nice that they're into me, and I do think about them loads. Like my mind is on them like constantly, usually when I'm not doing, you know, well, while I'm doing my work and other stuff, they kind of like on my mind a lot. So but when you're not in the same country, you have to have a lot of communication, like constantly talking to each other and stuff. So it's really, really important, you know. Communication is really, really important, and I think it's important that you do chat about lots of things, about hobbies and interests and physicality. Like I do want to kiss this person. They weren't so into kissing before they met me, but they seem to be getting more into it now. At least the idea of it, so that's good. But yeah, I just feel like it's a really deep, emotional, strong connection. Like really, really deep, you know? Um, so yeah. And I don't think personally from my past experience, I didn't get such a deep emotional connection. It's kind of like sex kind of like puts a barrier in the way, I think, you know, because it's like, oh, you love each other, but you've got to do this thing now, which for me isn't so pleasant because like I'm not really into sex, do you know what I mean? Whereas with asexual love, you don't have to do things that are unpleasant like sex. You know, it's much more centered around feelings and emotions and nurturing the person's emotional well-being and actually like really understanding them as a person and being there for them emotionally. I think asexual love's much more based on emotions than anything else. Like I think there's emotional aspects to sexual relationships as well. I think there is emotional bonding there, but I don't think it's on the same level as an asexual love level, because asexual love is reliant on emotional connection to survive and thrive and live. It can't live without it. Whereas with sexual love, they can, you know, sexuals can be together because sex kind of comes first. The sexual attraction's so strong, it's kind of more powerful, in my opinion. In a sexual relationship, it tends to like overrule and override the relationship and people, and kind of like emotional connection is a part of their connection, but it's not the main drive, and they're not the only main driver, if you know what I mean. Not the, you know, it's kind of like you've got some emotional connection with them, but you've also got the sexual thing going on. Whereas with asexual love, it's much more based on the emotional connection in multiple facets and assets. Facets and assets, does that make sense? In multiple ways, you know? So it's kind of like you've got the deep emotional connection as in the understanding of the person. You've got the emotional connection as in the, you know, in terms of romance. If you're a romantic person, you've got the romantic emotional connection going on. kind of a bit like fireworks and butterflies in the tummy. Then you've got the kind of more intellectual emotional connection, which is kind of understanding each other's minds. When you've got a soul connection with a person, it's kind of, I think I must have a soul connection with this person, at least at the moment, because they are asking me and saying stuff that I'm thinking earlier on in the day. It's really strange in a nice way, but it's kind of like I must have a soul connection to them. I hope it lasts, but you know, like I said, I don't want to get my hopes up because I've been dashed so many times, but I do feel like I have some soul connection to this person, because like I think of something, I'm thinking, why don't they ask me this? And then later on, they ask me the thing that I thought, and I'm like, wow, that's really good. Because usually I have intuition with things in my own life, like things that I think I want to happen, and then they happen. But I don't usually get that with another person, because I'm not usually so connected to another person like that, or I haven't been I don't think, have I ever been? I don't, you know what I mean? It's like they kind of like are thinking the same or similar stuff to me about me as I am them, so it's really nice. So I think asexual love is a lot more based on emotional attraction, emotional connection, and you know, a lot more understanding. Yeah. And for me, spiritual connection as well. So I think that's really important, you know. Um, Hello, my sweetheart. Oh, he sent me a message on Skype. I was like, why have I got that on YouTube? It's because like Skype's come over YouTube for me, because I got my Skype app over YouTube. That's really funny. He doesn't know I'm streaming talking about him now, but there you go. He should know because he's subscribed to my channel. What's going on with that? Um, so anyway, yeah. So talking about him, and then he appears. See, they're not quite on this channel at the moment, but yeah. So yeah, I just think it's really, really nice. To have this person in my life. I'd like it to last forever, but at least I'm happy that he's in my life at the moment, which is really good. And yeah, it's kind of a bit surreal and a bit wow at the moment. So I hope it goes well. You know, so yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, I think with asexual love, it's rare to find someone who you connect with. Because you know, there's lots of different types of asexuals, and you know, I think although you might meet asexuals, it's very difficult to find the right one, you know, to actually be compatible and to actually feel love for that person in the same way as they feel for you. I think that's very rare. I think with my experience, you can have love feelings maybe one, maybe for the other, but a lot of the time it's not reciprocated, or if it is, it's only a little bit. And the attractions, they may be reciprocated in some ways, but they're not all the attractions together, if you know what I mean. Whereas I feel like with true asexual love, when you've met the right person, then you have the actual feelings reciprocated, like looking back at you in the mirror, if you know what I mean. So I think that's really nice. You know, you can't be in a relationship with anyone who doesn't reciprocate your feelings in the same way as you, because it's just not going to work out. It's going to feel like the relationship's all one-sided, and that it's going to be uncomfortable for you, and it's not going to be satisfactory, and it's not going to be satisfying or fulfilling, you know. So it's really important that you get the right asexual person for you, and that you experience love in the same way that they do. And so that even if you're different personalities in some ways, or you like have different interests and hobbies and stuff, that's okay. But there's got to be a fundamental foundational level of you and them being connected in some way, and you both being like in tandem with the way you feel about each other and think about each other and are with each other. I think there's got to be a certain amount of like togetherness. What's it called? Not coordination. Where you just like the person just kind of fits you, and do you know what I mean? It's like kind of like coordination. It's like they're a mirror image of you in some ways, because they feel the same way, think the same way, do some way things the same as you or similar. So that you kind of it's the compatibility is a lot higher. you know, and you know, it just feels really good. I'm really hoping that this does work out with this person. But unless they can come over to my country, it's not going to, is it? Because I can't have a forever online relationship. It's just no good for me. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen because I have feelings for them. They have feelings for me. It's already just the way it is naturally. So when you're in that position, it's kind of like you're past the point of no return in the sense that you can't go back to just friendship. It's just, you just can't go back to friendship after that. Friendship only, because you can't feel just friendship only for the person unless you were lying to yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's very difficult position, but I think you have to kind of be grateful and thankful this person in your life and they love you and you love them. And I think you just have to like make the best of it as much as you can, knowing that it has to go somewhere in the end. You know, I think it's a very difficult scenario, what I'm in with this person, but I'll see how it goes with them. And I just can tell the difference between asexual love and previous stuff, because it is a lot more emotional connection, a lot more deeper, a lot more that they are similar to you in some ways. I don't know if that's because I have a soul connection with this person. If I didn't have a soul connection, maybe they wouldn't be so similar to me in thoughts and feelings. So, yeah, it's kind of like strange, but in a good way. But I wish they were in this country with me. That would make this a lot easier for me to talk about. Because if they were in this country with me, then I wouldn't hesitate to think about a serious committed relationship with them, you know. Whereas at the moment, I've got a date with them tomorrow, and they are acting like they're in a relationship with me, which is really, really nice. It's kind of what I want, but it's also really difficult for me as well, because it's like I need someone over here in person with me. Um, but I like the way they treat me. I like them treating me like I'm their girlfriend. I do like that. It's really nice. So it's kind of like weird for me, you know? It's like I feel I can't fully commit if I don't know that they can come over here, because that wouldn't be fair to me, because I do need someone in person. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I just have to hope for the best. Um, you know, and I really, yeah, I hope things go well with this person. But I just, you know, I'm experienced in asexual love as it is, and I'm experiencing the feeling of that person loving me, which is amazing, because usually in the past it would be me loving the guy and I couldn't feel that back. But at the moment, I feel really strongly that this person loves me. I feel loved by them all the time, even when I'm not talking to them, even if I can't message them, if I've been offline working. I always feel loved by them. I felt that for a while now from them. I don't usually get that, and it's really nice. It's nice to feel so secure in that way that this person loves me, even if we're apart. I do really love that about them. You know, and I think if a person makes you feel really loved, even when you're apart, it's a really good sign, you know. Thanks for the thumbs up. Lots of love to you. So I do like that fact that the person does that, and you know, they make me feel loved and special even though I'm not with them. They seem to be doing that more and more lately. So it's gone from making me feel that way to even more feeling that way. And I think that's really nice, you know? I know that in recent weeks I've been like, you know, I've stopped on Facebook dating now because I just got so fed up with the sexual guys, and I'd rather talk to the asexual guy that I'm talking to now, you know, and have feelings for. I'd rather be talking to him because I just got so fed up with sexual dating. You know, the guys that don't give a shit about me, to be quite frank. I know I'm swearing, but it's true. Um, Clearly it's just like stupid chit chat. Like, it's not even proper chit chat with the guys on Facebook dating. You know, it's more like, oh, hi, you know, how are you? Fine, how are you? You know what I mean? There's no conversation there. Unless a guy can have a really good conversation with me, I'm not interested, because words, as a writer, words are really important to me. And a guy's got to be very good at conversing with me and very good at communicating with me. Otherwise, you know, it just would never work. And a lot of the sexual guys I come across, they can't even talk to you properly. It's like a goldfish saying about, hello, hello, how are you? How are you? Good. Honestly, that's what it's like on Facebook dating a lot of the time. I've had some more conversation than that, but seriously, it's so artificial. It's just like, you know, there's no feeling or emotion behind it. It's just like people out for sex, really. And I get so fed up with it as an asexual person. You know, it's like I want an asexual guy, not a sexual guy, because a lot of the time, I mean, some sexual guys can be really nice, but you can't really get into their emotions. I don't know how to describe it. You can't really emotionally connect with them on a romantic level. I find these days I can't, because it's kind of like the sexual thing just gets in the way, and it feels like really disconnected from the soul and the spirit and the personality and emotions. It just feels like it's really nice to be around them, some of them, younger guys, but there's no, you can't go anywhere with it, because you can't have a deep emotional connection. The person that I have the deepest emotional connection with in a romantic way is the guy I'm currently talking to and got a date with tomorrow, the asexual guy. He's been the one I've been emotionally connected to in a romantic way for the last few weeks, or more. You know, so that's been really interesting. Like, even when I've been out on my own, well, when I was out with my best female friend, I had a really nice time with her, and then I was on my own afterwards because she left, and I just wanted to stay there because there was music playing, and I like to get out. I'm an extrovert, and there was a guy I was aesthetically attracted to, but you know, even that, I'm just thinking that's so, like, just aesthetics are I mean, I'm really highly attracted to the asexual guy, the one I've got a date with tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, he's really gorgeous looking for me. I really like his look so much. But there was this guy, like I said, after I left with my friend left, the aesthetically attracted to him. But then I was messaging the guy I got the date with tomorrow at that time, and I thought I just really want to message him rather than the stuff that's going on in my actual physical reality around them. I'd rather be messaging the guy that I really like, the asexual guy. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I noticed that I really like this guy, this asexual guy, because I'm like, if I'm enjoying more messaging him that's in another country than some, like, people around me, it's kind of like a sign that I really like the guy, you know? So that's why I'm quite nervous and I guess worried if they can't ever come over it, because I can't be emotionally connected and attracted to someone so much and then never see them in my life in person, because that would just break my heart even more than it is difficult to not even see them now. But I do feel I have a lot to learn about this person still, and so I feel like before I can fully commit forever and ever and ever in practice, in person, that I kind of really need to get to know this person even better, because there's lots I don't know about them, and I'm sure there's lots they don't know about me, although they probably know a lot more about me because I do this channel. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I kind of need to know more about that person because they see me well, they can see me on their streams anytime they want, you know. But I do feel like there's asexual love between us, and it's really strong, and I feel connected to this person. And like I said, like in the past, because I'm very spiritual, I'm led by my intuition, and I've noticed a problem in the past is that I tend to love or have love feelings, end up having love feelings for someone, and they're not really reciprocated, or maybe they're reciprocated a little bit, and it's kind of like I don't really feel loved by that person when I'm not talking to them. And I watched this spiritual video a while ago, and it was like, oh, and what I realized is I've not got or I didn't at that point have the feeling that I wanted to feel what it was like for someone to love me. It was always me thinking I've got to love them, and I never actually put myself in the mindset and feeling spiritually of I want this person to love me, and what would that love feel like. Well, I've been doing my mind self journal for a couple of months now. I haven't done it every day, I'll be honest with you, and the days I haven't done it, my mind's not been good, so it really does work, but you have to keep it up. And so in one of the affirmations I do, it's all about love and feeling love from other people as well as from yourself. And so when I read that and do that, I feel that from him. It's kind of like I'm reading it to myself and thinking about other people loving me, but I feel that the affirmation that I created is kind of how I feel this person loves me. It's like they are giving me the love that I feel in the affirmation. which is quite strange in a nice way. I just hope it lasts though, because like I said, I've met guys before and they're all like crazy over me in the beginning, and it just wears off and tapers off, and it's just like devastating. And I, you know, and I don't want that to happen, you know, because I tend to be a lot of guys' fantasy, not their reality, because obviously I'm quite well known on my YouTube show and stuff, and they kind of like, oh, it's Sandra, I want to be with her, but it's more infatuation than actual love, you know. So I've just got to take my time with this person and see how it goes with them. You know, and if you do come across someone who is asexually compatible for you, I would tell you usually, well, especially if they're in the same country, to go for it. You know, if they're in a different country, it's a bit difficult. And I think it's up to you what you do about that, really. But I would proceed with caution, like I say, because if you physically can never be together, then there's no point, is there? You can't break your own hearts. It's not good, you know, because no one can have an online relationship forever. It just won't work, especially if you've got physical needs. But, you know, if you can find a way to make it work and be together, it's different. Because most asexuals will meet online, you know, at the beginning. But I mean, I've been looking for someone in the UK, you know, which I haven't found anyone in the UK suitable for me so far. So yeah, anyway, I do think asexual love is the best. I think it's the purest form of love. I think it's really heartfelt, special and warm and sincere, true asexual love, and I think that's to be cherished forever. And so whether you love someone or you're receiving love asexually from someone, I just think you're truly blessed in those moments. I think it's something to be very grateful and thankful for. And I hope if you found your asexual love, that it lasts forever. And if you haven't, I hope you find it soon. Because I think there's kind of no other feeling in comparison to it in the world, really. I'm still romantic and still, you know, crave that romantic love, as it were, you know. I'm glad my friends love me though. I do feel loved by my friends, which is amazing. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave you for now. Remember that asexual love is a true blessing, and if you are a recipient of it, or you're a giver of it, or both, then congratulations to you for achieving that, because it's something very rare and special in this sexualized world we live in, and it's something to be cherished forever. As always, sending all my love to you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And yeah, Ace Week has come to an end now today. But you know, asexual awareness lives on in all the videos, and yeah, I hope you found this video useful, helpful, insightful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to post a comment below. Love to know what you think. Have you found your asexual love yet? Do you believe in it? Do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe in any type of loving relationship with asexuals? Doesn't have to be romantic. Have you found your queer platonic partner or soulmate, for example? Anyway, yes, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that great big bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. Lots of love to you, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye. Love you.